wills to young adults in South Africa. Any young person over the age of 18 who earns a living or owns possessions can now create a personalized free SmartWill when signing up for a SABC membership. For more, we're joined by Andrew Walker, who's the founder and CEO of the SA Property Network. Andrew, thank you so much for your time. It's quite a great feat to have this, because a lot of the times we find people talking about various financial products and how important it is for you to have insurance, but the talk around the importance of having a will sometimes lags behind. What motivated you guys to be able to bring out the idea of a will, especially with young people?
Absolutely. It's a very good question, because death is not something that people like to talk about. Now, if you think about it, through the SA Property Investors Network, we are helping youngsters create wealth using property as a vehicle. So we are showing them how to buy properties, how cash flow works, how to run the numbers, basically how to build wealth. But a conversation that doesn't come up often is, what happens if you do pass away? What happens to your estate? What happens if you get married as a youngster? You get married and you have kids and you pass away. Do you want to leave that hassle with your kids and your partner? Absolutely not. So I've just realized that only 30% of South Africans have a will. And recently, I will share with you, one of my business partners passed away because of COVID, and I've seen what's happened to the family. So I'm a very big believer, and I'm very, very excited to partner with SmartWill. Why? Because every single South African right now can access a free will through joining SABC for free.
Right. The misconception around having a will, because one would think that you have to be wealthy and hold, a large amount of assets. Is that the case, or can anyone have a will?
Absolutely. Anyone can have a will. So I guess as a youngster, you're 18, 19 years old, you don't own any assets yet, but you don't know what's going to be coming. So whether you're 18 and you don't have any assets at the moment, you can still access the will. And yes, there's a myth that says it's only for the rich people. It's only for people that are 50, 60 years old and they own millions and millions of rands. That's absolutely a myth. Every single South African should have a will that states, when I do pass away, even if I only own a car or I own whatever you own, even if it's something small, what is going to happen to you? Are you married? And maybe right now that the youngster isn't married, but then they grow up and they get married and have kids and they get divorced. What happens to the will? Do you need to update the will? So the answer is this. It does not matter right now if you own something or if you don't. Start with the will, and remember, and here's the fact. Most South Africans, the 30% that do have a will, did you know that the majority of South Africans don't update their will? Now, what happens if that individual got divorced and they got remarried and they got more kids? And this becomes a big mess. And I've seen it personally. People around me, they pass away and the estate becomes a mess. And another big thing that happens is they don't plan for the cost of duties, of executive fees, of estate duties. This is a big thing. And I've seen people pass away and there's no cash. And this is where SmartWill will come in. So you start by getting a SmartWill. If you get the SmartWill, get your will, and then have a discussion with the team about what happens if I do pass away and I don't have the cash. Can I insure against that? Because I've seen it personally. You don't want your partner to be left in a position where there's no cash. They can't pay for the transfer duties. They can't pay for executive fees. It just becomes a big mess. So every South African, if you're 18 years old or above, just get that free will.
So what happens from this point on? How do they get that access to that free will? Do they go to SABC first, or how does it work?
Sure, absolutely. So yes, they can access a free will by going to SABC Connect on our website. But a quick link is, if they go to joinsabc.com/SmartWill, they can access the page from there. They put their details in and they can get a free will. joinsabc.com/SmartWill. So that's all. They can go to SA Property Investors Network and go to SABC Connect, and they'll find it there as well. And I just encourage every single person, and it's actually, I never knew this before. I didn't actually know that only 30% of us South Africans actually have a will, of which most of them don't even keep it up to date. It's deadly. There's a lot of admin, and people don't realize how expensive it is to pay for the fee. So just for the sake of the country and every South African, just get your free will right now, and don't become a burden on your family.
All right, Andrew, thank you so much for your time. That is Andrew Walker, who's the founder and CEO of the SA Property Network, talking to us about the importance of getting a will, especially for young people.